everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystery Mystic reading. I recently watched Unsolved Mysteries, the latest season, and the episode Murder Center Stage came on and it grabbed my attention. It was this case and the case of Amanda and Tony that grabbed me, and I said I do want to cover them here on our Mystery Mystic series, so that's what we're doing. Sigrid Stevenson, a 25-year-old graduate student, was attending Trenton State College, which is now known as the College of New Jersey, and this all happened in 1977, where she was tragically and violently beaten in the school's Kendall Hall. Her body was found on stage next to the piano she adored playing when she was alive. The perpetrator left no prints. There were signs of SA and restraint markings on her. It was believed she was spending the night in that dark hall, like the lights would be off, it'd be dark, ahead of the school coming back for the fall semester. And she was waiting for her dorm to become available. So it sounded like she was in between housing. And so she was staying in this hall, during the nights leading up to her death. There have been no suspects ever named for the death of Sigrid. There was one officer that joked that he took her life, but he passed a polygraph test, and the police stopped looking at this person as a potential suspect. Police also looked at a man named Chuck, and Chuck played in a school play at Kendall Hall shortly before Sigrid was killed. However, the DNA did not connect Chuck to her killing, and he died in 2016. Other persons of interest by a cold case investigator who was looking into trying to resolve what happened. That investigation in later years pointed to either a light crew member or a campus maintenance worker. So Sigrid is also said to haunt Kendall Hall, as students have claimed that place has been haunted since her tragic passing. And there's been slamming of doors and other mysterious phenomena going on, mentioned by those who have spent any length of time in Kendall Hall. We already know how and where she died, but what we like to explore today in this reading is who did it and why. And we're also looking at clues as to who would be responsible, or who is responsible, not who would be, who is responsible for this heinous attack on Sigrid. We're going to dive into the energies today and see what else we can glean from this crazy, sad, tragic case. All right, let's get started. All right, let's get into it. Sigrid lived, prior to attending this college in New Jersey, she lived in Livermore, California. And as a kid, my family used to go every year to this reservoir campgrounds in Livermore, where Sigrid was from. Okay, so we are looking for indications like, did she know this person, come into contact with them, motivations, as to why they did this. I mean, obviously with the SA that happened, that is in and of itself motive, but it could be something more. I want one, not so many cards clumped together in my little deck. clues on who may have done it or their proximity to her. So, that's interesting. Maybe we might even get some information on this person, dead or alive. We're doing this detailed oracle reading today on Sigrid Stevenson. Because here's the thing, you know, it would appear that it would be someone who would know that she's there, right? So that could be maintenance workers. That could be the nighttime security, allegedly. It could be friends or people who were in the play or who are also part, you know, who would be around Kendall Hall, professors. So I would imagine it would be someone that is, you know, close to the building, not some random person off the street. But that's just me. So I'll show you what cards jumped. Okay, we have Diamond. And that's interesting. We have the Hat. All of the cards are speaking something. This right here, it does indicate that she had some kind of relationship. It could be just platonic, but there was some sort of connection. Friendship even. Okay. We have Dove. We have Ankh. Some of these cards also feel like, oh, look, someone maybe in the music department or something like that. Harp. I don't know. It's interesting. And these two cards, too, can speak to, yes, she is definitely haunting the area. She is definitely wanting her story to be told or her music to be played in this case. Fire and Cat. Now I am going to zoom in so you all can see it a bit better. Okay. The Diamond card is about purity, clarity, enduring love, a promise, and invincibility. When you think about invincibility, you think about someone who feels invincible. What could make somebody feel that they're invincible? Their youth, that's one thing. Their position, maybe, you know, they're in terms of society or in terms of even the hierarchy in the university, they have a heightened position. They see themselves of value. They see themselves as invincible. Others see that as well in them. It also could be that someone actually really admired her. They saw her as pure. A promise. Did someone make a promise to her? Or she make a promise to them? I don't know. It'll be remaining to be seen how the rest of the cards go. But, yeah, somebody could have made a promise. But, yeah, that's what the Diamond card is telling me. We then have the Hat card, number 74. Now, this is interesting. Is the key? I'm just going to read you the key phrase to this card. In the guidebook, it says self-image or identity, a career choice or role one plays in life, a sign of respect. Okay, could be someone. Now my mind is starting to go to Could it be allegedly a professor? Could it be someone who is in the music department, works for the music department, or I just feel like it's someone who's seen on stage. It could be a professor. It could be someone who's in a play, but it's someone that she had a friendship with. The Sun card here is what's speaking to that friendship. The last keyword to Sun card is friendship. And so whenever it's been coming up in recent readings that I've done for a mystery mystic, it usually denotes a friendship. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And this is all about illumination. Someone being in the, like, out, presently outward, like you, not an introvert, not night. So like I would think, oh, well, maybe a card that could denote, maybe it's someone like a janitorial staff member. Maybe we get the moon card or something indicate night. I don't know. I'm just moving my way through my intuition and what I'm seeing in the cards here. And I'm curious to hear what what your initial impressions were as you see these cards, based on what little we know about her case, right? Maybe some of you know a lot about her case, but this Unsolved Mysteries episode was my first of ever hearing about it. This is quite a cold case, right? From 1977. We have the Dove card about a transition. And this is what I was saying, like, I wonder if the person who is responsible is still alive. Also, this friendship could have led to her ascension, which would be death, right? So I'm going to read some of the key words to this card. Peace, a time of harmony, friendship, blessings, prosperity and abundance, healing, good health. The key word that stands out to me is friendship. Because there's now two cards emphasizing a friendship, a relationship, a connection that she had with whoever did this to her. Now we have the Ankh card. It's card number 52. Secret knowledge. Life. Somebody having a secret admiration for her, maybe? Beyond friendship? Maybe she had secret knowledge on them. I don't know. So, and some keywords. Increased awareness. Exalted power. Exalted power. It just feels like someone who feels like they're in the upper echelons of something during the time, 1977. And they continue to feel that way afterwards. The harp card is what spoke to me, that I felt like, yes, the hauntings are happening. This is a sign from her to us. Because I don't know if I have any other cards in this deck that is a musical instrument. I'd have to look and see. But off the top of my head, I think this is the only musical instrument. And I don't know. It's really sad. Like all she really wanted to do, is what I'm getting a sense from her, is that she wanted to just play music. She loved that. She was living out her passion. I heard that she was going to be a teacher. And so for her life to be snuffed out like it was, it just feels so unfair to me. And it still feels unfair to her. It's to the point that she's kind of in this liminal space of in between, not at peace, unsettled. And the harp is giving a clue. It's giving a clue to something dealing with Kendall Hall or the music department or something like that. I don't know. You let me know what you think. Harp. Keywords is peace, serenity, rejuvenation. A lot of a lot of the cards have common keywords. And another thing is peace. Like, she thought that this connection or this friendship was something to bring about peace, something of value. And it was a broken promise. And this person's feelings ran deeper for her than what she felt for them. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So, fire card. Let's talk about that one. Fire. Destroy. Evidence destroyed. Snuffing her out, her music. Feeling like they could do that and get away with it. And essentially they have. The fire keywords are passion, creativity, consuming emotions, friendship, consuming emotions, right? Utter destruction. That's the last phrase. They felt like they could do that. They needed to do that to keep themselves in a position that, nothing really changes in their life. We have the cat card. They knew that she would be there alone. One of the key words, key phrases is an independent person. Another is misfortune. And intuition is another one. And resurrection. So to me, it's like her spirit rising from the flames. Like, she really wants her music played. I don't know. I think they said she composed her music. I'd be curious to hear someone play. My daughter's been just taken to playing the piano. We love hearing it, and she's been, reading music, and so it'd be nice. Even writing her own little composing her music. So I would love it if I could get my hands on some music that she created, that's secret, and then maybe my daughter could play it. It's really sad. Really, really sad to me. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here. It's feeling close, very close to her. This is not some stranger danger. This is someone who almost feel like they had a level of prestige at the university. So I'm going to pause here and, be right back because I'm going to grab the next deck. All right, so now we're moving on to the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. And we're just looking at the shadow aspects of this. We have here envy. Okay. What would envy denote? Suppose you could be envious of a stranger. We have held hostage. But I don't know. Usually it's amongst people you know. Anxiety. Distractions. That goes with the fire card. Doubtful. Explosive. Okay. Oh, let me scoot this down so you all can see it. So we have envy and then held hostage. Somebody maybe had envy towards her, or envy about her, or envy when she was it didn't sound like she was interested in dating. I'll put it out there. I couldn't find any concrete information that she was in an active relationship. It sounded like her focus was her music, her passion for it. She was planning to teach music beyond her graduation. So I don't think she was wrapped up in a love affair, but it feels like someone was envious about her or towards her, or I don't know. That it's just interesting to me. And it could just be signifying that this person, how they kind of operate. Like if they want something, you know how like somebody covets something or someone, and that's the feeling I get. Like they want it for them, and if they can't have it, it can lead to destruction. We have here held hostage. The held hostage card could represent it can represent her being held hostage, even for a brief, like, so in other words, perhaps tortured, and I hope that's not the case, but it could be like, you know, this was a torturous situation for her. She was held against her will. We know that to be true too, because of the restraint or evidence of restraints, right? I'm imagining markings on her wrist or feet or what have you. But also somebody just really, if you're thinking about it metaphorically here, holding a lot of envy or a lot of like wanting something they can't have kind of energy, and it creating anxiety. Hence, she had to go and, like, I wonder if this involves someone who had promised her to stay with them, and then she could see some things in that person, and she just said, you know, I'm just going to stay in Kendall Hall and sleep here at night. It's only going to be a few more days until the fall semester starts, and I'll be in my dorm at that point, and it'll all work out. But there was some kind of anxiety. Now, I suppose this could be post-attack for the perpetrator, who carried a lot of anxiety, kind of high-strung for the rest of their life. I don't know, it could be that. But I feel like in terms of if we're transported back to 1977, that she has some anxiety. And so it made the decision for her easy to go stay in Kendall Hall. This is all alleged, you know, just saying. So she goes and stays in Kendall Hall thinking she's safe. And then she's not, because this person's confronting her. We have destruction, literally destroying her life. In a sense, a part of that, the perpetrator, they died as well when she died that night. They may not see it that way, but in a karmic sense, I see it that way. Doubtful. Doubtful could be, it's doubtful we'll ever get answers, I suppose. It could be doubtful. We transport back to 1977. She's doubtful of this person's motivations. She's doubtful in the last moments. And so she makes the decision to not, quote unquote, impose. Like she may have even used that as a ruse, but the truth spilled out shortly, you know, maybe the day before. Like she just don't want anything to do with this person. And she had doubts that she could stay there. And she just figured she just justified staying on campus in the back of this Kendall Hall, that was the best thing to do. But that caused this person, the perpetrator, to explode. Clearly male. I mean, I suppose it's not clearly male, but in my mind, it's feeling male energy. And maybe someone who wore multiple hats at the school. Maybe different roles back then. If that's another clue, as I looked at the hat card up here. So that's what I have here with these cards. As I do, I'm pausing here. We're going to get another deck and go from there. Be right back. So now we're going to work with the Murder Mystery Oracle cards. And we're just looking for some additional clues about who did it, her proximity to her. Yeah. Well, they did get DNA, and I don't know if it just sounds like they never got a hit. I don't know what's going on with the DNA now, but this case is old, and I don't know how long DNA can last. I have no clue. That's above my pay grade, but it is interesting that there's been no hits on it. They were able to rule out Chuck, the student, so that's based on DNA. So there's that. It says here, this case will remain unsolved until key evidence is discovered. A closer observation of the victim's living space may provide clues. Well, remember, she was in between living, situations. Her living space was Kendall Hall, so there's important clues there in and right around Kendall Hall. Or wherever she was staying at before. Victim or victim's family was familiar with the killer. And I feel that. I do. It wasn't some stranger. And forensic science field will provide important clues. Okay. I just don't know. I guess you know what I'm thinking? You know how when people do Ancestry.com, and then there's like all these profiles, right? But until someone joins Ancestry.com and does the test, you may not know of them. But it takes that, like if they have her profiles in CODIS or in the system, and then eventually a distant family member of the person who did it comes in, then that could crack the case, is what I'm trying to articulate in my very unscientific way. You guys catch my drift, right? So that's what I'm picking up on. I'm going to see if I have time for a couple more decks. We may have to do a part 2. And I went on a tear, friends. I went on a tear. I watched Unsolved Mysteries. I have been waiting for it to drop. And then 2 cases came. And I just, over the last several days, have been doing these readings, breaking them up in between living and working. And yeah. I'm hooked. I'm curious about what you all think about what happened. And I'm totally open to hearing your theories, as long as we're respectful to one another and to the victim and those who are attached to this case, then let's talk about it. All right, I'll be right back. So now we are working with the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle deck. This is the deck that I have made and work with. And so we're just looking for some additional clues on who and why. Who and why. This is 160 cards, so I have to separate out the sections. Okay, let's see. We're not going to do a big spread because, like I said, we already have an idea. We don't really... They're surmising that the weapon was something off of the piano, like a part. So there's not even much question about what took her life out. But if Spirit wants to reveal some information about the manner, then that's fine, too. We'll accept whatever Spirit wants to share. Pervert, premeditated, or planned. Oh boy. Heavy speculation. Judge, law, legal system. Maybe somebody protected by the law. Meeting. All right. Okay, so let me show you what we got so far. Abducted or kidnapped. Accusations. Sorry, I keep hitting the tripod trying to figure this setup. It's been a while. Okay. Actually, sorry, friends. To move this a little out of the way. So accusations, accomplice, deviant or perv, premeditated or planned, sorry about that. My son called me and interrupted me. So we left off at, we got premeditated and planned, heavy speculation, judge, law, legal, or legal system. That's an interesting combo. And meeting. So this tells me here a few things, quite a few things. She definitely met up with this person that would go along with this being premeditated or planned. Let me see about zooming in for a bit. So that's interesting. There was some sort of meeting here. Deviant or perv. So she got some sort of sense of what she was dealing with, and that, remember earlier in the reading, she was like, I don't really want to be around you. I'm going to go stay in Kendall Hall. So that's the energy I'm picking up on. So we have premeditated, planned, heavy speculation. I suppose there could be, especially under the accusations card, that, you know, there's a lot of speculation against the police who did this, right? There's heavy speculation because I think they were saying in the episode is like the way she would have been restrained would be consistent with what law enforcement would be something they would do, or somebody who acted as if they were in law enforcement, like portrayed themselves, but this could be that this is all heavy speculation and it's really not necessarily the case, that it's law enforcement. Now, some people would be like, no, I think it is law enforcement. We're going to pull some cards in a moment that will give us some key occupations surrounding the key players or witnesses involved that maybe will rule out for sure one way or the other. But the accomplice over the judge, law, and legal system card is also telling to me like somebody had a favor or was somehow protected or maybe lawyered up and we don't know about it. Like the show can only include so much information, so many facts. It cannot, it's not able to include every single bit of the investigation through all this time. But it could be that somebody got a lawyer early in the system, or eventually they got a lawyer, or it could be someone helped this person willingly, unwillingly, wittingly, unwittingly, this accomplice person, because it feels like there was some sort of help in maintaining this cover. Like clearly she was attacked. Clearly her life was taken at the hands of someone else. How is it that there's no prints? How is it that there is really no evidence? There is some DNA, but it has produced nothing in the way of cracking the case. It just begs some questions, as we also see with the accusations. There was a lot of accusations being swirled around, but nothing stuck. But some key things that stand out to me is that she was frightened. There may have been some evidence of keeping her quiet, covering her mouth, silencing her. This person, that's what I was picking up earlier, something real ick factor about this person. Wanting that envy card, coveting, wanting something that don't belong to them. We have premeditated and planned. I keep going back to that. I keep sensing that a meeting was planned. or that it was that this person's plan to surprise her, but that she's met up with this person before. Remember, there was a time that she felt safe around this person, but there was something that look at her eyes. Doesn't it give an energy of realization of I may need to be fearful? And look at the person in the shadows. Like, it could have taken her aback that this person popped up. I suppose the meeting could have been prearranged and she was expecting someone to come. Or it could have been that the perp had planned to meet up there and it took her by surprise, and there may have been a conversation that ensued and things quickly escalated. The explosive card from the Divine Shadow Self card comes to mind when I think of this, how it played out. We'll see if we have time for one more. We have family members. I'll zoom out so we can see a little bit better. I'm only going to pull one more row of cards, not too many more, because I think rural country house keeps wanting to direct. Could be evidence at the perp's house. Yeah, okay, Spirit wanted to throw in an extra card, so I'll take it. We'll take the last long row. I usually like them all. I don't know, I'm picky. But remember what I was saying earlier about the DNA? And I was saying, well, maybe what could crack it? And that forensic card was saying, indicating to me about ancestry or ancestry in me or 23andMe or whatever you call them. Those types of tests. Or it could be, and so you got the family member card coming through, like, okay, this person, this card means a lot of things. This card is indicating that could be what cracks the case. It's like somebody doing that test, they're a distant family member to the perp. The other thing I get with the family member card is that this is a family person at the time that this happened. Like, this person may have had a family of their own or taken care of family members. So that could have been an important clue to direct us to who in the list of potential persons of interest could have that going for them. Somebody more established. It also finally can mean a family member who knows something, realizes they may have helped keep the story covered up by maybe providing an alibi that is a stretch of the truth, as an example, right? So they could come forward later. Maybe they feel so guilt-ridden and they just want to let it go. There could be key evidence in a rural home, rural or country, someone who now lives farther out in the country or who did at the time. Now, this is in New Jersey. I don't know if this is a rural area or not where this happened. I don't know if it's semi-rural, commercial. I don't know. Usually universities are kind of tucked away unless they're in an urban setting. So I don't know. But what I will say is that there was key evidence that they may even have that they need to go back and look at from Kendall Hall. Crime of passion and karmic connection. Now, crime of passion can still be, in essence, planned or premeditated, right? So oftentimes we might think of crime of passion as like, oh, you cheated on me, I'm going to hurt you, or I'm going to take out the lover of yours, But no, it can denote that somebody wanted something, really wanted something, and was going to force their way to get it. And they had a connection to one another. Sigrid had a connection to the person who, like a strong connection to the person who took her life. So what we're going to do now, friends, is we are going to stop here. I may end up just doing a quicker-ish video to do the next part. What we're going to be looking for in the next part 2 of Secret's reading exploration is we'll be using my defining characteristics oracle, seeing what we can find in terms of key characteristics, the who clarifying oracle. We will also be using the occupations oracle. And that's just a start. There's a couple of other decks I probably will use, like the trace evidence telling cards and the divine crime oracle. And then that'll wrap up our readings for Secret. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, take a picture of this spread, and then I'll be back later for the continuation of the reading, because I'm curious to know what cards are going to come out from the occupations. That's going to be telling. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Do me a favor on your way out. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It means so much to me that you are supporting and watching and commenting and sharing what comes up for you. I definitely want to hear what you all think and what you thought after you watched the episode. If you watch Unsolved Mysteries episode on Sigrid's case, or if you threw cards on it, what came up for you? What do you think about the cards that came up here? I want to hear from you, okay? All right, friends, I will see you all in the next part. Bye for now.